Welcome, everyone. Today's session debuts a brand new webinar series, Cooking with Troy, led by professional chef Troy Stewart, who lives with gluten ataxia. This series brings joyful, hands-on learning to your kitchen. Whether you're living with ataxia, cooking with a disability, or just want to pick up new skills, Troy's recipes and kitchen tips are designed for all ability levels. Now it's my pleasure to welcome Chef Troy. What's cooking today, Troy?
Hi, thanks, Lori. So today we're making just a simple personal pieces. I kind of put together some ideas of things you could have in our homes. And for the person from New Mexico, I was thinking of you. So really simple. We're gonna really get going. I've got my oven already heated up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 260 Celsius. And when it's ready to go, we're good to go. I'm going to give you a quick run back about my history. I have gluten ataxia. I was diagnosed with celiac about 25 years ago. But as a chef, I'm always around gluten, and I don't always get the reactions. So I was like, oh, I can eat that, and it happens. And one day, literally in one day, I was walking to work. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk suddenly. I got taken to the hospital. 7 months later, I got sent to a retirement home, told I would never walk, work, or live on my own. But I'm stubborn, and here I am. I am walking a bit. I do that on my own, and I'm helping to teach people with learning how to cook. So I promise you one thing I'm not going to do is make it complicated, ever. I want to make it easy. It's going to be stuff that you can do at home, that just with stuff you have. And the idea of the recipes is simply to take what you have and make a healthy meal instead of eating, something microwave. Like, let's get some fresh food into you. Let's get healthy stuff. Being ataxic, we do have to elevate the type of food and stuff we need. I will get started here. What I'm going to do is I've already got some pizzas here. And these are small personal pizzas, pocket pizzas. So just lay flat. It's really, really simple. Okay, off to the side. I'm going to prep my ingredients first. This is kind of here so I can look at it, I can see, and I'm not going to overdo my ingredients. We put the red onion down first. So I've got a really neat tool I want to show you guys. And that's one thing I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get adaptive equipment. We can, if people making donations, we can get them out and stuff. It'd be great. This is one of my favorites. So what this is hooks on your finger. It's a finger guard. And you just use it like this. So with your knife, you can just slide along the edge. I'm not going to cut my finger. Pretty easy, eh? So we're just going to nice thin slices here. Just cut right through. I'm not going to use a lot because we're just going to use. Well, I have a crew to feed, so we're going to cut the whole thing here. All right, we're going to take my bin scraper. I'm going to put that aside. In there. So guys, just so everyone knows, I am using a headpiece. I don't know how loud this is going to be in your ears, so I apologize. Next thing I want to get ready, beef. So leftover beef, if you're vegetarian, whatever vegetables you want, this is your piece. It's personal, right? So I'm using leftovers. So I'm just going to take some beef here. I see already sliced up. because keeping the fridge that way is nice and easy, right? Good way of keeping the Ziploc or however you want to do it. So let's just grab enough here. Now with meat, there is a special way to cut it. So I don't know if you can see this. Can we see that? So see how it's at the lines? You want to cut like that. You want to cut against the grain. That's how you get your tender meat. And that way it won't be all chewy. Okay? So we're just going to cut some nice thin stripes really quickly. So the hardest part, honestly, about this menu that I came, or sorry, recipe I came up with, is the prep work. So what I'm doing now, this is the hard part. So this is all things you could do way in advance. Keep in the fridge. Come home from, I don't know, going to the park, walking the dog, out with your kids, you want a snack. There you go. It's all in the fridge. Throw it on in the oven. You'll never see me microwave. Just a heads up. Never. I don't even own one. Refuse. Okay, so just the interest of time, I'm only gonna do a bit here, so we can get it all prepped. I'll put it off the side. The jalapeno will save for another time for myself. I love spicy food. Trust me, nobody's made something hot enough for me. Okay, so here's my pizza. Right? We're gonna get my sheet out. I'm gonna make 2. So everything I got was readily available at pretty much any grocery store. I tried to be generic when I went and got things, because everyone's from all over the place, right? We're all in different countries, which is awesome. Okay, so it's about a tablespoon of the barbecue sauce, and you can either make your own barbecue sauce or you just, again, store-bought, whatever in your fridge. You want to use tomato sauce, you could use a jar of Alfredo sauce. Like just beef and Alfredo sauce. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know if I was for meat. Okay, so there we go. Boom. One thing down. First thing we do, we want to put the protein. So whether you're using you can use smoked tofu on this. That would be really good. So we're just gonna put it on different angles. Just quickly throw it all on. Want to make sure there's a little bit in every bite, especially if you're cooking for kids, which I am. Well, today. Okay, piece on here. Yeah, it's one big one. Good enough. Now we're gonna take some of our sliced onion. So I just got a simple red onion. Just throw on a couple of slices. Again, different angles. And the reason you do that is because our cheese is gonna be like your glue, right? And so by throwing it on different angles, it helps to kind of secure everything into place. So, guys, just be a little patient with me as it's the first class. Okay, so here's the fun part for me. Cheese. Like, who doesn't love cheese? If you could have cheese, you'll love this. All right, I have some crumbled feta. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera angles. Here's the crumbled feta. So we're just going to tap some onto here. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, put them into the Q&A, please. because I actually can't see anything that you're writing. I apologize. So there's about a tablespoon of the feta. Now this is a little bit of fun. I went and got, I don't know what the recipe has, jack cheese. I bought pepper jack cheese because I like a little spice. So that's a very little spice. So just some pepper jack, not a lot. And don't be afraid of letting it fall on the sides, because you know what? That's going to help to glue it down. So don't worry about all that. There we go. Looking good. And then here, I prepared some gnocchi mushrooms. So these are awesome. Put some here, throw those on top. Okay, so there we go. Push those in so they don't fall off as it bakes. The oven I'm using, it's strong. And then some freshly grated mozzarella around top of that guy. I know this is really simple, really basic. The fun part comes when it comes out of the oven. That's where we're gonna elevate this, and we're gonna be like, when you make it for other people, this is gonna be the wow factor. So let's get this done, get it in the oven, and then I think Lori, at that point we take some questions. So that's right. I'm gonna throw this into the oven. So it's going in the oven at 400, about 10 minutes. And there we go. Now this is obviously a professional oven. It goes fast.
Those pizzas look amazing, Troy.
Thanks. Wait
We
till you
do
see the
have
next
some-
part.
Right, I'm excited. We do have some questions in the Q&A about the bread. What is the bread again?
Bread I'm using is a gluten-free pita bread. They got them from well, actually I bought them at Walmart, but they are made by a company called Promise. So I just found them. I didn't find them, but someone else did, and they're made. So I can show you. That's the ones, and they're really good. They taste and feel and everything just like an actual pita.
Yum. That's great. And then we do have a question from one of the members of our audience asking if a list of the ingredients for today's recipe is going to be available.
It is. You should have received it if you had signed up previously. But if not, yes, we'll post it for sure.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll get that out to everyone.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at my pizza.
And
Nan would work well. Very much so, Victoria. Yeah, this.
yeah, that is an interesting point. Could different types of crust be used, like naan?
You could use naan. You could use you can use corn tortillas if you want it, a bagel, like anything. It's a slice of bread. But yeah, no, I have used naan. Just that for me, being being I have celiac, I can't really have naan unless I make it.
And could this recipe be modified for air fryers or microwave?
Absolutely. Actually, my tests, one I did at home and one that's in the pictures, that was in my air fryer.
Nice.
I challenge myself on all different angles.
Great. Well, it's great to have that flexibility because you just never know what folks have available.
I do want to show. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Well, guys, see there. I have driving issues. I use these silicone gloves all the time because they protect my wrists. Whereas if you're just using this, you're probably gonna burn yourself. Just a heads up. I'm just gonna turn my pizza.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta see this. This is what heaven is.
Mm.
Yeah, it's hot. Don't try this at home. All right.
I'm glad that you brought up the oven mitt that you used. How did you come about the awareness of the oven glove and the other safety gadgets that you've shown us here so far today?
Quite honestly, trial and error. Me being as stubborn as I am, I was like, oh, I can do this. And it's like, nope, no, you can't. And then it was trial and error, really. It just, yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't hold this, so I had to figure out how I'm gonna hold it. And for me, guys, oh, I should not. I'm never gonna say this is how it is. I'm gonna say it's how it is for me, because all of us are different. Our ataxias have different effects on everybody in a different way. So I'm showing you what works for me, and if it works for one of you, that's fabulous.
Yeah, those are great ideas for us all to consider. So Michelle is asking what kind of mushrooms you're using.
Gnocchi. Gnocchi. I can't say it. So while this is almost getting ready, I'm going to prepare the topping of our pizza.
Oh, gosh.
Merci.
So Julia asked, how do you grate your cheese safely?
What I do is I will hold the cheese in a small cloth on my hand, and then if you're having a box grater, you hold the cheese here, however angle you want, and just do it this way. You will end up shredding a little bit. Salut Kim. And the other thing you can do is a mandolin. Some mandolins have a cheese grater application with the hand protector. You can do it that way. So you can also do like the shredder version. Same thing. That's what a box grater is, just a grater. So yes, gnocchi must be best. So okay, I'm gonna check my pizzas because they look pretty ready. Double check. All right, about 3 minutes.
So what was the total baking time, would you estimate?
I would say 15 minutes in a regular oven.
Great.
So the reason I would say basically that time is that when you do read professional like cookbooks and stuff, all recipes and temperatures are based at sea level. So if you live in, say, Colorado, your cooking temperature is going to be a different one than, say, mine here in Ontario.
We have a question about the finger protector. Where did you buy that? Do you recall?
It's a place in Ottawa called Pot and Pantry. Well, it's just a kitchen store. You probably get it like Home Depot or Walmart even. Okay, so I'm preparing my topping while pizza's finishing. This is where it gets fun.
And Lynn wanted to be reminded what kind of sauce you used. It was barbecue, right?
Just the one I use is barbecue sauce. But again, you can use any sauce you want. You can use, like I said, Alfredo sauce, tomato sauce, no sauce. Just use like olive oil if you can't stomach it, right? Sometimes you have digestive problems with stronger flavors. Anything you want. Use rosé. It all really depends what you want to put on your pizza.
And if somebody was using an air fryer, how long would you say that they'd try that for?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Right on the dot. 8 minutes. That's what I did. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pizza. Let's have a look.
Let's look at it.
Oh. Come on. Whip around here. Oh, baby. Look at that.
And is that parchment paper that you baked it on?
That's correct. That's really hot. Yeah, I use parchment paper all the time. At home, it's your best friend. It really is. It makes cleanup easy, but things won't stick. So here we're going to start with our pizza. I'm going to get the other ones in after. So I got to make one specifically for my little tester. Unless you would try this. Let's see. So my tester says he doesn't want beef. So we're going to see. Okay, so I'm going to put this one just off the side. So right now I have black truffle oil. This is like my favorite ingredient in the world. So give it a little shake just to get a little bit. But that's it. Yeah, that's it. Black truffle oil. We're just going to coat the arugula. Arugula in this, to me, was the best topping. It's beautiful peppery flavor. If you add citrus to it, it really brings it out. And the acid from the barbecue sauce and the onion really highlights the flavors. So don't use a lot of this. Just small drizzle, very small amount, okay? So this is enough for the 6 pieces that I'm gonna have to make for these guys. So the mix. Get this on my plate. And I brought this plate from home figuring it was the one in the picture. Why not? Okay. All right. That's all we're doing. Really simple. Look at that. Doesn't it look pretty? But it's me. We're not done. So now I made what is called a crema, and basically it's whipping cream, like liquid whipping cream, sour cream. Give it a good mix so it's runny. We're gonna just drizzle this, and not a lot. Let's go. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, good.
And now the crème de raisin. Look. You ready? You ready for the snack? And this is a balsamic glaze. Voila. All right. There you guys go. Oh, yeah, you want to try it? Come around here. So, everyone, my official taste sister and her world debut, Sophia. Come over here. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, Sophia.
Everyone says hello. You can't see them. You ready? Give me a small piece of that. All right. back on there. What do you think? Go for it. I'll have a piece with you. You have other one you don't. Right, I'll have this. Ready? Something? You'll see. It's hot. Be careful. What do you think?
Pretty good.
You like it? Score for Troy.
Well, it looks wonderful.
You tell them. You tell them.
This is good.
Okay.
You got audience members that also think it looks delicious.
Wonderful. Now, guys, I'm going to quickly show you an alternative if I have time. So, again, this would be really, really good with naan. There it is. All right, so we're gonna get another pita, and this one is especially for my camera person. So we are going to make, and I think Sophia's gonna be jealous. This I made last night, fig jam. So we're just gonna put quick on here. Nice quick smear. This is a really unconventional recipe that I'm making, but it should be really fun.
Oh, what made you think of fig jam?
I was bored. Honestly.
Well, it sounds really good.
Okay, so these I made last night. These are pickled shallots in white wine vinegar and lemongrass. On there. Quickly. And of course, we're going to do.
So for those that might use these, use an air fryer for these recipes, at what temperature should they put their air fryer at?
Good. Yeah, I would put it at least 375. At least. I normally do mine at 4. Oh yeah. This is what makes it such a weird recipe. Blueberries. Blueberries, onions, figs, and cheese. What do you think, Sophia? You don't know what this one?
Those ingredients together.
I never would put these things together. But you gotta have fun. You gotta experiment. That's what cooking is all about.
Exactly, that experimentation. Pizza can be anything.
Exactly. That's why I wanted it for the first webinar. I figured let's do pizza. Let's get to know each other, and we'll do more fun stuff later. Do you have more questions?
Yes, we do have an audience member that is asking if you've ever written a cookbook.
No. Remember, I have ataxia. I can't write very well.
But you
One
would do a
day.
great.
One day. I'll write it for NAF.
And Chrissy's wondering, I'm assuming her question is, could you do a full-size pizza in similar fashion?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And and if we have another question asking, will you have other cooking classes specific to diet, such as whole foods or plant-based?
That is my plan. I have been asked already about that. So we'll do stuff geared toward diabetics. We'll do stuff to people who have to avoid nightshades. If you're unlucky and like me and have celiac, everything I make is gluten-free. So you can rest that way knowing it is. But you can always email Nav and say, hey, can we do a class on something like this? And if we get enough requests, we'll do it.
That's great. So glad to hear that you're open to those suggestions. And we have another question about your kitchen. Is your kitchen customized, and what kind of oven are you using?
Okay, well, where I am right now is a kitchen that I used to work in years ago. And they're allowing me to use it to do this. But my kitchen at home, yes, it's adaptive. It's designed for a person in a wheelchair. So my oven is out higher, kind of like this one behind me. And then my stovetop is to the side, and then my sink is over here. I have stuff at home which I will show you as we do these, like how to move a boiling pot of water over the sink and dump it without actually lifting it and endangering yourself. And especially if you're in a wheelchair, you don't want a hot pot of water in your lap.
Exactly. So speaking of the oven, we have an attendee that says when they open the oven door down instead of out like yours, what should they do?
Honestly, if your oven door opens down and you can afford my suggestion, get rid of it. That's very dangerous. I would not use it. So the best thing you can do, I would get a heavy blanket and put it over whatever side of your leg is closest to the oven. Use these long oven mitts to protect your arms. Use 2 of them so that your leg is protected if you hit it because the heat from the door, but you're also lifting. You need to protect your arms. So please put something on your legs if you're going to have a door that comes down. If it's at face level, that's even worse.
Those are great tips. We have another attendee that says that they struggle to get their balance when the door and the pan are both hot.
I do too. I can only say if you can get grab bars. I have grab bars all over my place. Like, I know I'm using a power chair today. I do use a manual chair, and I use a cane. I use a 4-prong cane if I'm standing. But yes, Kim, buy their fryer. They're awesome.
Those are great tips. Oliver's wondering when she became a chef.
How long?
Yeah.
Well, back in Vancouver, in British Columbia, that was 25 years. I became a private chef in Vancouver, and I moved to Ottawa to expand my private chef business. I've worked for the Justice of the Supreme Court. I've worked for diplomats, foreign diplomats, and I've worked for NGOs and private people.
Well, that is an impressive career. Thank you so much for being here, sharing your expertise and this fun recipe with us.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Daph, for having me.
And we have over 100 live attendees today, Troy.
Oh, wow. How many?
Over 100.
Wow.
Yeah. Drew, one of our attendees, says that your hair looks great, by the way.
Thanks.
Chris is wondering what happens to blueberries when you bake them.
You want to see?
Yeah.
They kind of explode, but really cool. Let me just put the glass on, and I'll show you. Whoops, not backwards. Yeah, that's it. All right, here we go. Third pizza out. This is my best friend in the kitchen, and these are called bed scrapers. Best friends. Besides Sophia. Dans ma cuisine. All right. So, can you focus it? Carol? So here is what happens to blueberries when you bake them. They explode.
Wow.
That hurt. And this is just a quick little dessert type pizza. Et voila.
That looks delicious.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Done.
Questions about the dishes. Where did you get them and who's doing them?
The hmm? I'm
The
confused.
dishes.
Who the recipe?
Right. Hmm.
They're mine.
Okay.
I make
And-
them. I get bored at home, being I don't have a full-time job, so I make things. I play with food. I go, could this taste together? Let's try it. So yeah, have fun. That's the whole idea,
Very-
and eat healthier.
And then if you're home when you do this, is like you're staying like close by, so you're able to do dishes just fine.
Yes, and I also have support workers that come into my home, and they help me doing the dishes and everything like that. So I do have help.
That's great. And what is the scraper called?
A bent scraper. This one's great because it has different measurements and stuff on it already. So you just read it and measure along here.
Oh, that is neat. Very helpful.
And then another good tool to have instead of a box grater would be something like this. It's called a rasp for grating because you can put it down and just push the cheese across.
Oh, nice.
So what I do, like honestly, whenever we go out and we find something like that, would be more useful than using just a plain grater. It's easier for me. Yes, Lynn, they're awesome. Somebody wants to try the dessert pizza?
Are really liking the presentation and the oven mitts and the finger protector. You have shown.
Awesome.
So thank you for that. What kind of spices have you used today? Any?
What sort of did I put in it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, there's not in this one. I didn't put any spices, but I do add normally. I do sometimes add garlic. I didn't this time just because. Want to try that? You gonna try it? Here, I'll hold this. Let me hold this. So, c'est chaud. C'est chaud.
hot. He's so hot. Ah.
The blueberry bud. Huh? Different, eh? Here.
Still good.
Good. Anyway. Do we have anything else you need? What should we go over?
There's a couple of comments in here that this is amazing, you're amazing, and an inspiration to others. That the 2 cameras are great. And there's a suggestion, would you consider an ebook with pictures and the recipe of the ingredients?
One day.
Great idea. And go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Somebody is wanting recommendations for air fryer brands or kinds of air fryers.
You know what I'll do? I will take a picture of the one that I have, and for the NAF, maybe we can add that. But Keurig is really good.
It's great.
Honestly, the best air fryer on the market is the one that works for you.
That's a good tip. And then Kim's asking, do you grate garlic, and then so how?
I'm really glad you asked. I do not grate garlic. I have a really awesome, I brought it because I wanted to show it. This is my favorite toy I just love this thing. Because, you know, with the taxi, we have problems with movement, obviously, in our hands. All you have to do is press down, and the garlic crushes it through, scrape it into the bowl, or into the frying pan, or in a pot, or whatever. It has holes to scrape herbs off of the stems. So it's an awesome little tool. The other thing I do, side of a knife, smash it, chop.
That's a great tool.
Yeah, that's like I said before. I'm going to show you guys a lot of fun little adaptive types of equipment.
That's great. And we have a request to see the pita again.
Of course. Sit. Left. How's that?
That's good.
And there's
Maybe
a 4 package.
4 in a package. Cindy says thank you, and if you do this again, she's definitely going to attend. Great presentation.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Cindy. Thank you all for all your comments. Mary Grace says thank you so much. You're such an inspiration. Thank you, Mary Grace.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle.
Oliver wants to know if you avoid the microwave.
I don't even own one, so yes.
Gotcha. And is there a particular reason for that? Just because you don't own one?
Yes, I don't own one because microwaves, what they do is you're vibrating the membranes, the cells of whatever it is you're cooking, whether it's a protein or a plant, right? You're releasing nutrients, you're releasing flavor. And as someone with celiac, and especially ataxia, we need all the nutrients we can get. So microwaves, they are convenient. I won't deny that. I just won't use it personally. If it works for you, again, best thing that on the market is what works for you.
That is a great tip. Kathy's wondering what the garlic tool was called again?
Garlic press.
Garlic press.
Yeah, you can even like crush like ginger with it. It's a little harder, but you can do it.
Oh, wow. And there is a request to see more of the kitchen in the future.
Sure, absolutely. Yep.
Awesome.
We can do a quick pan if you like.
That sounds good.
There you go.
We're seeing the kitchen.
I've got a camera crew. That's a ghost. It's big. I know there's a microwave. That's not mine. I don't use it. I didn't even know it was there.
Well, that is great. Deborah's wondering if you take pictures of the dishes that you create, because Google offers an option to create books with pictures.
Oh, I did not know that. But yes,
Thanks,
I do
Deborah.
take pictures. So, Lori, I don't know how you want to do this, but I have a few of these for people to give away or be given, or if people make donations towards raising money towards or helping towards a cure for ataxia. I have about 10 of these I can send out.
That's great. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's a great free gift to give away. And just wanted to mention that these sessions are free to attend, thanks to the generosity of you, Chef Troy. So if you'd like to support Cooking with Troy and other programs that empower the ataxia community, please consider making a donation.
Please, yes.
And then I'll put that QR code up on the screen again for those that are interested in making a donation for a few more moments so everybody can get that.
That'd be great.
So Troy, how often do you cook at home?
Every day,
Every day.
every single day. I love it. Cooking for me is relaxing. It's a stress relief.
That's great to hear, because Lynn is asking how to avoid getting fatigued when cooking.
Take breaks. Just go at a speed for you. There's days like today, I'm having a good day. I have the energy. I can do it. Other days, this probably could take me an hour just to make myself. So you can go at your pace. Now that means you have to sit down, have a glass of water or something. Do it.
That's a great tip.
Because for me, I know if I push myself too much and I get very tired, I get very grumpy, I'm irritable, and I just want to sleep.
Kathy's saying when she looks up the garlic press, it only shows the kind where you squeeze the ends together.
I'll find what it is on Google and I will post the link.
And it doesn't look like we have any other questions. A lot of thank yous. So thank you for all your questions and comments, everyone. And we look forward to seeing you all again for future sessions with Chef Troy. And thank you so much again, Chef Troy, for
My pleasure.
this session today. It's very helpful.
All right, take care, everyone. I hope to hear from you.
Thank you, everyone. Till next time.
Till next time.